Welcome back to NT Coins World, the channel where the coins in your pocket turn into stories of history, value, and hidden treasures. Whether you're a new collector or a seasoned numismatist, you're about to discover the fascinating world behind Roosevelt dimes that often go unnoticed but hold immense interest for collectors across the globe. In today's feature, we dive deep into the remarkable details of the 1987 Roosevelt dime and the 1993 Roosevelt dime. Both in fine condition, these coins, while common in appearance, carry a blend of American legacy, minting precision, and collectible intrigue. So grab your coin folders, get ready to examine those details, and let's uncover the secrets these dimes are hiding, because even a small coin can hold a big story. The 1987 Roosevelt dime is a coin minted during a time of modern production efficiency, but it still holds plenty of appeal for coin collectors. Struck at the Denver Mint, it proudly bears the D Mint mark, a tiny letter that signifies a production site known for strong strike quality and mass output. Despite its widespread use in everyday commerce, this coin offers valuable insights into U.S. minting history, design artistry, and the collector community's ever-growing interest in post-Silver era coins. This Roosevelt dime continues the design legacy introduced in 1946. Created by John R. Sinnock, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time, the obverse showcases a left-facing portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, honoring the man who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. His leadership, courage, and dedication to public service are forever memorialized on the dime, a denomination that also reflects his association with the March of Dimes campaign to fight polio, a disease Roosevelt himself battled. Inscriptions on the obverse include liberty along the left side of Roosevelt's profile, "In God We Trust" tucked just beneath the chin, and the date 1987 directly below the neck. The D Mint mark is placed to the right of the date, indicating that this particular coin was struck in Denver. Also visible is the designer's initials JS at the base of Roosevelt's neckline, a subtle nod to Sinnock's lasting artistic impact. Turning to the reverse, we find the enduring and powerful imagery that defines the Roosevelt dime series. A flaming torch at the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch on the left representing peace, and an oak branch on the right signifying strength and independence. These three symbols together reflect the core values of American democracy. Surrounding the design are the inscriptions: United States of America at the top and one dime at the bottom, with the pluribus unum appearing horizontally across the lower field, meaning out of many, one. The 1987 Roosevelt dime was struck from a copper-nickel clad composition, with a core of pure copper and outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. Each coin weighs 0.7 grams and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. The total mintage for this issue is a substantial 754,828,400 coins, making it a very common date in circulation, but common does not mean without value. In fine condition, the 1987 dime is worth its face value of 10 cents. However, in uncirculated or mint state grades, particularly MS65 and above, it can fetch $3 to $10. Depending on the strike quality and overall appearance, collectors often look for examples with full bands or full torch designations, where the horizontal bands on the torch are fully separated and clearly defined. These sharply struck examples are harder to find and therefore command higher premiums. A 1987 Roosevelt dime with full bands in MS66 or MS67 can reach $50 to $150, especially when graded by third-party services like PCGS or NGC. Beyond grade and strike quality, error coins play a major role in boosting the desirability of the 1987 Roosevelt dime. Among the most sought-after errors are off-center strikes, clipped plankets, and broad strikes. An off-center strike where the coin's image is misaligned, but the date is still visible, can be worth $40 to $100, while clipped planket errors, where a section of the coin is missing due to a blanking mishap, may fetch between $30 and $75. Broad-struck coins, which lack the defined rim due to striking outside the collar, can range from $25 to $80, depending on how dramatic the error is. Die cracks, die chips, and machine doubling are less dramatic, but still collectible anomalies that some enthusiasts hunt for in circulated rolls. These may only command $5 to $20, but they add uniqueness and character to a collection, especially for those building sets based on mint errors and varieties. Collector interest in the 1987 dime continues to grow, not because it is rare in raw numbers, but because finding pristine, sharply struck examples is becoming more difficult. The vast majority of these coins have spent decades in circulation, resulting in wear dings and weak strike details. Collectors searching for top-grade examples for registry sets or date mint collections are willing to pay premiums for uncirculated dimes that meet their strict standards. The 1987D Roosevelt dime is an excellent example of how modern clad coins are becoming more appreciated in the numismatic world. It represents a time when quality minting was improving, but before mass production reached its current digital precision. For anyone looking to complete a Roosevelt dime set or dig into 1980s numismatics, the 1987D is a necessary and rewarding coin to study. Jumping ahead a few years, we arrive at the 1993D Roosevelt dime, a coin struck at a time of significant momentum in the coin collecting world. The early 1990s saw increasing interest in U.S. coins, and while the Roosevelt dime remained consistent in design and function, coins like the 1993D offer subtle details and unexpected value that make them especially intriguing for modern collectors struck at the Denver Mint. The 1993D dime features the familiar portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, still designed by John Arsenic. The portrait is a defining image of U.S. coinage and continues to honor one of America's most iconic leaders. The obverse includes the inscriptions "Liberty" to the left of the portrait, "In God We Trust" beneath the chin, and the date 1993 near the lower right edge. The D mint mark is placed just above the final digits of the date, indicating its Denver origin. As with other Roosevelt dimes, the designer's initials JS can be found at the base of the neck. The reverse carries the standard Roosevelt design with a central torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch. The top rim reads United States of America, while the bottom features one dime. Across the base of the design is the Latin motto E Pluribus Unum. This trio of symbols, liberty, peace, and strength, continues to reflect the fundamental values of the United States and remains a timeless and fitting tribute to Roosevelt's presidency. In terms of technical specifications, the 1993D dime is composed of a copper-nickel-clad alloy, measuring 17.91 millimeters in diameter and weighing 0.7 grams. The coin features a reeded edge and, like its predecessors, has a pure copper core with an outer shell of 75% copper and 25% nickel. A total of 838,740,000 dimes were minted at Denver in 1993. A hefty number that makes this a common coin, but again, the magic lies in the details. In circulated fine condition, the 1993D Roosevelt dime is typically worth face value. However, uncirculated examples in MS65 and higher bring collector premiums. A mint state 1993D and MS65 may be valued around $5 to $10. While MS66 coins could sell for $15 to $25. Coins graded MS67 or better, especially with full bands or full torch characteristics, can reach values of $50 to $100, depending on market demand and population reports from grading services. What turns a 1993D dime into a standout piece, however, are mint errors and strong strike attributes. Collectors seek out examples with full torch bands which indicate superior die strikes and overall preservation. A 1993D dime and MS67 with full bands can achieve $125 or more, particularly when graded and slabbed by top-tier companies. As with other Roosevelt dimes, mint errors are a highlight in this series. A 1993D dime with an off-center strike can sell for $40 to $150, especially if the date is still fully visible. Die cracks, die clashes, and broad-struck coins are also found among this year's mintage and can carry values between $25 to $80, depending on severity and eye appeal. Clipped blankets, where part of the coin is missing due to an irregular blanking process, are another error type that drives collector excitement and can command $40 to $100 or more. There's also an aesthetic element that adds appeal to certain 1993D Roosevelt dimes. Coins with highly reflective surfaces or partial proof-like characteristics are prized among registry collectors. While these attributes are not officially designated as proof, their visual contrast and luster make them favorites for display sets and can slightly elevate market value. From a collector's perspective, the 1993D dime is a vital coin for completing Roosevelt series albums and registry sets. The coin represents an era just before the explosion of interest surrounding the state quarters program and it is becoming increasingly important as more collectors shift their focus to modern clad coins with high-grade characteristics. As circulated examples continue to age and wear down, the number of premium quality 1993D dimes is shrinking, making today a great time to search for well-preserved examples. So whether you're hunting through change, buying from dealers, or assembling a full Roosevelt dime collection, don't overlook the value and story behind the 1993D Roosevelt dime. It's a perfect example of how modern coins, even those minted in the billions, can offer genuine surprises, unique minting stories, and collector potential that stands the test of time. Thanks for joining us on this coin journey here at NT Coins World. If you enjoyed uncovering the stories behind the 1987D and 1993D Roosevelt dimes, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon for more exciting discoveries. Keep hunting, keep learning, and always keep collecting, because the next rare dime might be right in your pocket.